If you wish Gaia Project were a pick up and deliver game.
A new twist on road building mechanic, Wormholes. What we think of it, what is it about? Stay tuned.
Hi, it's Tarrant.
Hi, it's Stella here from Meeple University. Thank you for joining us. Today we have one of the new game from AEG, Alderac, Wormholes. So this is designed by the same designer as TinyTowns.
Yes, Peter McPherson.
Yes. So let's get to the table, shall we?
Yes. No sense mucking around. Let's go straight into it.
Or you can talk about something else as well if you want.
I don't have a lot of wormhole stories, to be honest. So...
Wormhole stories. It's sci-fi. It's going from one to it is wormholes. Okay, I'll let you explain.
Let's get to it. Yes. So this is a pick up and deliver route building sort of game with an interesting new twist, or something I haven't really seen before. So you each have a spaceship, and this is the galaxy, and there's all these planets all around.
Far, far away in the galaxy.
Yep. And each player, you start with some cards, but essentially at any point you can draw up to 4 cards. And each card, if you hold them the right way up, will show you a planet to which you are trying to deliver this passenger. And you need to get to that planet. And on your turn, you essentially have 3 actions, 3 movements. You can move, really, it's limited to moving 3 spaces. So each of those 3 spaces, you'll flip one of these over and you'll move 1 space along the board. At any point, you can start to place a wormhole. And we each have these discs that represent our wormholes. You see these both say number 1. I could place a wormhole on myself or adjacent to myself at any point.
Sorry, on this side first?
On this side. And it's useless by itself, but then I would keep moving. Let's say I spent 3 movements going there on a subsequent turn. Then I could place wormhole number 2. Well, sorry. The second wormhole, numbered 1.
Matching. Matching.
And as soon as you've got matching wormholes, you flip this over. And this now becomes a route that you can travel instantaneously across the galaxy like a wormhole.
It's kind of like pointing to each other.
You or anyone else can use this wormhole. So let's say Red had a passenger to deliver to this planet. Red could do 1 movement to go here, zip here for free, drop off the passenger for free, zip back and go off and do something else. Yellow is of course compensated. You get a point every time someone uses your wormhole.
Oh yeah, that's twice.
Yep, went in and back. So that is a point there. And that's kind of the whole game. It sounds really simple in that way, but that's kind of the game. And then you can pick up, when you're near a planet, you can pick up more passengers at random. And if you don't like the passengers you've got, you can drop them off at the space station. They form a display,
Extra hand, yeah.
Free display here. And when you go back to the space station, you
Extra
can
display.
pick those up instead of drawing randomly.
from, yeah.
You can only draw cards once per turn, so that prevents you from really comboing lots of stuff together. But the game is all about when do you move quickly around the galaxy to drop off passengers, and when do you take that bit of extra time to travel out and make a good network of wormholes that other people might use. And again, I've done that wrong.
I was going to. All good.
Maybe I would have popped a wormhole down here and done that. And now I've got a situation where if someone wants to drop a passenger off here, it's going to take them 1 movement and 2 points to me from that wormhole. 1 movement, like that.
For example, yeah.
For example. The game will continue until each planet has a wormhole next to it. So when you are the one who discovers a planet, essentially, puts the first wormhole on it, you get points for that as well. And these points escalate as you get towards the later planets, because obviously the later you put a wormhole down, the less likely other players are to use it. So you get a few more points for those. And then once the end of the game is triggered once every planet has been explored. And then there's 3 more turns. And once those turns are done, you count up all your points. Everything you've gathered through the game for wormholes you've placed, every passenger you've delivered, and all of these bonus tokens that you encounter.
And set collection.
And yes, you're right. There's a little set collection piece as well. Obviously, if you've got a nice wormhole network going just to a single planet, then you're going to work that as much as you can. But there's a lot of good points on offer at the end of the game for diversifying. And if I just check the rules to make sure I get it right, 3 points for each planet beyond 5 that you deliver to. So if I deliver to all 8 planets, there's 8 planets in a 2 or 3 player game, 15 bonus points.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So
And
that's basically is.
Yep, the map expands a little bit when you've got 4 or 5
higher.
players.
Yep.
10 planets instead of 8.
That's basically the game.
It is.
What do we think? What do I think? What do you think?
What do I think?
You say you like it.
I like it. I really do like it. I think it is. We opened with the tagline, "A new twist on route building," and it really feels that way. The nearest thing this reminded me of was on the Underground.
That is correct.
Which is not a new game.
No.
That's 15 years old. That one is you're building the routes, but then a common passenger is taking those routes and taking the most efficient way and sort of zipping all over the city as efficiently as possible. In this one, you're building routes and then you're using them and you're trying to build routes which work for other players so that they'll give you a passive income. And it's just that little bit different, and it really works well. And it's really quick and easy. The only action that occupies an action is moving one space. Everything else, you're putting wormholes down, you're very quickly going through these cards to get points. And it was quick to learn and a lot of fun to play. There's a lot of randomness in it. If you get the cards you want coming out of here, that's going to put you in good stead. If other people just keep using your routes instead of someone else's, I mean, maybe that's their fault for building a silly route. But
route.
But nonetheless, it just plays really quickly, and it's a lot of fun for a game at this difficulty level. It really stood out.
I would say the first time you hear about how it works, you'll probably be like, I don't know how it's going to turn out. That's a bit strange. That's exactly how I felt the first time around. And in the first few turns, I was doing the turn one movement per action. I was like, oh, I'm not going very far. What's going on here?
Yeah.
But then it escalates. It escalates a lot once more wormholes has been built. I mean, you want to build like the sweet spot location of wormholes, but you also want to use other players, because to get there, you can either spend 10 movement points, 10 points, or just like zip it there with just 1 or 3 movement.
Yeah.
Give the other players 1 point. So that's actually a really good, it's really sweet spot. It's like, do you want to build that? You want to really building that network for other people trying to use it, and then give it 1 point, but you want to use it anyway, because it's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, you get 2 points. Every one of these is worth 2 points. If you can deliver 2 at once, then that's worth 4 points. It's almost always going to be beneficial to you to use other people's routes.
And it escalates in a way that good thing is the turn's really quick. Otherwise, you go 1. And then can you imagine this, there's this one over here, for example, and then there's chain up to here. So there's one time where somebody, I can't remember who it was, somebody chain up. So from 1 to here, jump to here, jump to here, jump to here, and then get to this planet, or even like deliver to this planet as well on the way. That's really, really powerful and really efficient.
And if I want to undercut your economy, I can spend 2 points, give you 2 points to zip here, and then pop that down.
And then you can
pop one down over here.
Of course, you have to actually go there too.
Of course, I got to go there, but yeah. Just take 1 turn to head over here, but then who's going to take the long way around? Everyone's going to pay me now.
That's actually true. Like, there are things like this that you kind of like only noticed when you played it, and I was like, oh wow, that's really smart. That's really different. So it's not Ticket to Ride. It's probably a few steps from Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Ride is route building.
It's not that many steps, just because it's a little abstract, but like it feels a bit abstract with
the sci-fi theme, maybe.
With joining up these points that are in different places.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
So if you like the Planet Splitters, if you like hexes, if you like planets, sci-fi, you're probably looking at it like...
If you wish Gaia Project were a pick up and deliver game.
Or you feel like that feel of sci-fi game. So this is it.
Yep. There are a few special hexes on the board, so you can orbit around the space station for free. There's
not free, it's like one movement and then you can...
Yep.
Yeah, one movement and you can be anywhere.
Yep, there's a photon cannon here. Lets you move any number of spaces in any directions, so that can help you to move quickly around the board. These asteroids get in the way, so those are essentially obstacles.
Yeah.
There's a black hole on one side of these. We've got the basic boards here. I think there's a nebula.
Yeah.
So there's a few things here that have extra special effects as well. The nebula, free to move out of these spaces, so you can move more quickly through there as well. Cover ground more quickly.
They've done really well here, and it plays up to 5.
Plays up to 5.
Yeah, up to 5, and each plays 10. Especially the first few quick. Oh, it's still quick, but it's quick turn. It's different. It's just basically it's quick game as well. Finished like before we knew it. Like, oh, yeah, that's gone, and then that's
really
it.
worked through these quickly.
It
was like the end rounds of Anno 1800. It was just like cards.
It's just so quick, yeah. Deliver, pick up. Yeah. I do like this reminder because at the start you'd be like, oh yeah, maybe not. That was me. Oh, I can remember 3 turns, but then after a while you jump. Hang on, how many turns was that? Oh yeah, I have only these turns. And then, have I picked up passengers? Because in the heat of the moment, after you try to combo as many turns as possible, drop off as many passengers, pick up, and then you don't remember whether you've picked up passengers, and this is there to remind me.
Yeah. I think, this has been a pretty rave review overall, and I think what it is, it hits a few things. It is really light. Like it's not a thinky game.
No.
In many ways, it's quite a silly, light little game.
Mm-hmm.
But it, pick up and deliver has never been. I've never found it that much fun.
Brilliant.
And
I like it.
There's a lot of things in pick up and deliver to make it work. It's the same sort of thing with a racing game, right? You've got to, if you're rolling a die to figure out how far you move, that's
not
random.
Yeah.
And if you know how far you can move, then it's pretty deterministic. And so somewhere in between, to make a pick up and deliver game, you've got to have some sort of clever mechanism. And I think this route building and this rapid movement piece,
which it is, has that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so
very good.
There you have it. It's
highly recommended.
highly recommended.
From both of us. They've been doing really well. The other game is the one that we live played through maybe a few weeks ago. The Guild of Merchant Explorers.
Guild of Merchant Explorers.
Yeah, I was like, I remember the full titles there. It's a long title, but...
from an AEG standpoint, a couple of good titles so far this year.
Yeah, so well done. And that's it. Have you heard of it? Have you played something similar to this, or do you like or don't like pick up and deliver and route building? Let us know in the comments. I mean, that's always been one of my first introductions to board game is Ticket to Ride.
Yeah.
Maybe you too, maybe not. But this is like a really, really smart twist. Like, this is completely different than his other game, Peter's other game, TinyTowns, which is also brilliant.
Yeah.
Makes him a brilliant designer, don't you think?
Yes.
It's very different games. It's amazing. All right, so play it. Go and buy it if you haven't. I think this is retail release. It is definitely retail release, but I think it's around August for AEG.
Very good.
Yeah, that's it. So hopefully you enjoy that. You'll find a new game that you can play with up to 5 players. And that's it. Anything else, Tarrant?
No, that's all.
And if you find this useful, please help us by hitting that like button and subscribe to us, Meeple University, if you haven't done so already. A Meeple should pop up somewhere in the corner there soon. So with that, and hit the bell. And I'm also on Instagram. And on Instagram, find me there as well. And hopefully we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.